It's still a kid. It's back. This is Ghetto Flex Tape. Not sponsored by. Flex Tape should sponsor Dild Kid. That's just a fact. It's not a fact. That's an opinion. Alright. Besides all that, this is going to be the topic for the video. No, I normally don't do these sciencey videos, but this one deserves to be going over it. By the way, my hair is yeah, not done. I couldn't find a hat. All right, back to the video. The Titanic. Why'd it go down? Many people think it was a giant piece of iceberg. That makes sense, kinda, but an iceberg couldn't rip through a fucking ship. Yeah, I'm gonna say the full word, because you know what? Family-friendly content. Only family-friendly content, because that's how Dild Kid goes. Now, currently, scary water bottles. Continuing. Iceberg, I don't think that happened. Let's lie. Captain, what if he purposely already had a hole in it? Didn't happen. Titanic had a few thousand people on the ship. Thousands. That's a lot of people. A lot of people with a lot of names. Current names that are like popular back then were like John. And like John. I'll pop up a whole bunch of other names right here from that time period that were common. Like, hey, well, who likes to saw boats in half? What if that person was on there? Now, if there's a few thousand people, let's say only a few of those people have identical names. What if somebody's name was Phil on there? Phil Swift. What if he was on the Titanic with the saw? Because Phil has a problem with sawing boats in half. Clip right.
To show you the power of flex tape, I sawed this boat in half.
Right there. Yeah, he just sawed a boat in half. Now, Phil Swift. So he brought on some tape on the trip called flex tape. He brought this tape to test if the Titanic could be sawed in half and taped up while underwater. Because in his ad, he says it can fix virtually anything. Anything. Including the Titanic, like, few 100-ton ship. Now you're asking yourself, wow, that's not that smart. Phil Swift wasn't alive. Phil Swift had grandparents who had parents. Or Phil Swift had a mom who had a mom who had a dad. That was the guy that saw the Titanic in half. Now, you're saying, well, the Titanic went down in one piece. Well, true. But what they didn't see, they never looked at the bottom of the boat because the bottom of the boat was touching the bottom of the sea. Saying, well, that doesn't make sense. It does. They couldn't look at the bottom of the boat because they couldn't flip it because it's a boat. So, just lying there. There were clearly damage marks on the side and the bottom.
That's a lot of damage!
Because Phil Swift was drunk at the time. Trying to saw a boat. And when you try to saw a boat while drunk, it doesn't work. But it worked out for him because he's Phil Swift. So he saw his boat in half and he's like, oh, there's water coming in. And by the time he already knew there was too much water, but he didn't want people to know about the tape yet. Flex tape. Right here. Right in my face. Flex tape. Just flex tape. He didn't want people to know about that. So he flex taped up the boat, but there was already too much water, and it was sinking. And he had this giant bucket of flex tape with him. So nobody had cameras back then. So nobody actually could take a picture of what he was doing. So he ran up on the top of the boat with his container of flex tape, just running with a bucket of flex tape, and threw it on a helicopter. And you're like, they didn't have helicopters back then. It's 1914, I think. So 1912, I believe the date was. Somewhere around there. Like, how could you have a helicopter on a boat and people not see it? Phil Swift made the helicopter out of flex tape and a lawnmower engine. I know your mind was just blown, but it's a fact. Now that's a fact. That's not an opinion. Phil Swift, it says they can fix virtually everything. What people don't know about flex tape is it can make virtually everything. You have a hole in your galaxy, specifically a black hole. Flex tape fixes. Parents just got divorced. You know what? Flex tape works every time. Can't stop flex tape. So, took off in his helicopter. Boat sank. People died. People escaped. That's just how the Titanic sank. No other person can say different, because that's just how it sank. Like, there's facts. But when people eventually flip over the Titanic, they're not going to see the flex tape, because the flex tape turned invisible. No, your minds have just been blown. Dill Kid might actually be back making cringy content. Phil Swift back, but he might not be. But this video definitely going up. I'll give credit to the person that inspired this video. Right here. I wonder if I did that right. If I can, that's pretty good editing. See you guys. It's been Dill Kid. Peace. That doesn't make sense. Redo that outro. See you guys. It's Dill Kid.